It is the symbol of luxury. From ancient Greek temples to the lobby of the Burj Khalifa, nothing screams wealth quite like marble. But have you ever wondered how we turn a rugged, dirty mountain into a perfectly smooth, mirror-like slab? It involves diamond-studded steel wires, massive hydraulic jaws, and a geological pressure cooker that takes millions of years to finish cooking. Today on Tech Talks, we're going inside the quarry to see how marble is made. Believe it or not, that marble counter in your kitchen probably started its life as a seashell. Millions of years ago, ancient oceans were full of corals and shellfish. When they died, their calcium-rich shells piled up on the seafloor, forming limestone. Then the earth got violent. Tectonic plates smashed together, burying these old seabeds miles underground. The intense heat and crushing pressure cooked the stone. It caused a metamorphosis, rewriting the rock's DNA. The fossils disappeared, and the crystals interlocked to become harder and denser. And those beautiful veins? That's actually dirt, clay, and iron that got trapped in the mix. Nature's imperfections are exactly what makes it a masterpiece. But we can't just dig anywhere. Geologists play detective, using satellite data and core samples to find a deposit that isn't full of cracks. Once they find the perfect spot, the extraction begins. And this is where the engineering gets crazy. They don't just blow the mountain up, that would ruin the stone. Instead, they slice it. They use a diamond wire saw, a steel cable embedded with industrial diamonds. This wire is threaded through holes in the mountain and spins at high speed, slicing through solid rock like a hot knife through butter. The result is a bench, a massive block weighing up to 200 tons. These are then cut down into smaller transportable blocks that still weigh as much as 20 cars. Loaders with massive forks lift these giants and tag them with a barcode. From this moment on, the rock has an identity. The blocks are trucked to the processing plant for the next stage, the slicing. Meet the gang saw. It looks like a giant bread slicer, but instead of bread, it's cutting stone. It uses dozens of steel blades moving back and forth, constantly flooded with water and steel grit to act as an abrasive. It's a slow process. Cutting a single block can take days. However, modern factories are switching to multi-wire diamond saws. Imagine a giant egg slicer made of diamond cables. It's faster, quieter, and wastes less material. By the end of this step, our massive block has been turned into dozens of thin, rough slabs. Here is a secret the industry doesn't always talk about. Marble is actually quite fragile. It has natural fractures and pores. Before it can be sold, it often needs surgery. The slabs are coated in a special epoxy resin. This glue seeps into the microscopic cracks and reinforces the stone. They are often baked in an oven to cure the resin, making the slab stronger than it was in nature. Sometimes they even glue a fiberglass mesh to the back to make sure it never snaps during transport. Now the slab is strong, but it's still ugly and dull. It's time to make it shine. The slab enters the polishing line, a conveyor belt hundreds of feet long. It passes under a series of rotating heads. The first heads are rough, like heavy sandpaper to level the surface. As it moves down the line, the grip gets finer and finer. Water is sprayed constantly to keep the stone cool. By the final stage, friction generates heat, reacting with the stone to create that signature mirror finish. The transformation is instant. The colors pop, the veins become sharp, and the stone looks wet even when it's dry. After a final quality check by computers and human inspectors, the slab is ready to be shipped to a showroom near you. It's a journey that takes millions of years in the earth and just a few days in the factory. If you enjoyed this look behind the scenes, hit that like button. It helps the algorithm find more tech lovers like you. And tell me in the comments, granite or marble, which one would you pick for your dream house? I'm Host, this is Tech Talks, and I'll see you in the next one.